Hello everybody. Now this is genuinely my third attempt to record this video. The first one didn't save. The second one was in time-lapse mode, which was quite hilarious. It was just me talking really quickly for ages and no volume whatsoever. So let's hope third time's the charm. Now, what I'm going to talk about today, I actually just wrote up a text blog post, and I figured there's a bunch of you who don't like reading, so I better do a video version as well. Put a like there if that's you, or if that's not you, put a like now anyway. So what I'm going to talk about is basically why you should not trash a competitor. Now this is verbal trashing I'm talking about, but it applies to any form of trashing or trash talking or sledging whatsoever about competitors. It's poor form, don't do it. Now where I've come across this most commonly is in my days of direct selling. I've worked amongst numerous direct sales agencies, and I've done about 6 years across the world of direct face-to-face selling. It's a tough environment, usually commission only, which is my favorite actually, and it's generally all cold products, cold sales. People who come across you don't expect to come across you, and you're selling them a product they would not have thought of whatsoever coming into a shop or event to buy. So it was a great way to learn a lot about sales and develop the techniques that I use today in all industries. So yeah, where have I seen this happen, generally speaking, has been usually new sellers or inexperienced sellers, even some very experienced sellers I've seen do it to ill effect. So generally what happens is a customer will walk up to the stand or their business and start asking questions about a product and then mention a competitor brand or product. And then the seller goes ahead to slander, defame, say all the rubbish things they think about the other brand. So what does this achieve? It achieves just negatives. Basically what the customer's going to see when a seller does this is all the negative traits that the seller harbors. So they're going to think the seller doesn't have much integrity. They're probably not going to come across very trustworthy, and generally they look like they don't know much about the competitor product. Basically, if a customer starts talking about a competitor product, chances are they've done a fair bit of research on that product. They probably know more about it than the seller. There's a strong chance of that. So it's always very cringeworthy when this happens. The other thing that I'd like to point out when another seller slanders, or any person, any front of house retail staff, personal trainer, pilot, anybody in any workspace slanders a competitor brand, yeah, it shows that they've not done thorough research themselves. They don't know much about that brand. So it's really important in any industry to know your own product back to front and know your competitor products back to front. Because when this happens, when a customer comes up talking about another brand, it's a golden, beautiful opportunity to show your integrity and create trust. If you can commend the competitor brand and explain, yeah, they are good at what they do quite a good job, here's some of their good traits, but here's what we do better. And you frame this in such a positive light that you're commending the other brand, but you're highlighting your brand's unique selling points in such a way that it'd be a very silly decision not to go with the brand that you're selling. So what this does, like I've explained, is it shows that you know your stuff. In any sales interaction, this is a bit off topic, but in any sale interaction, there's two main things going on. The seller has fear of loss, fear of losing the sale. Now, a good way to combat this is to use indifference, which if you sign up to be part of our course, you're going to learn all about this. And what the buyer has is fear of making a mistake, fear of making a purchase mistake. So a really good way to combat this as a seller is to build trust, use indifference, show you know exactly what you're talking about, and highlight the competitor brand in a positive light, but more so highlight your brand's unique selling points, show what you do amazingly, why you're unique in your area. And yeah, as you can probably tell, the only way to do this is to know your brand inside out, as well as know your competitor's brand inside out. So yeah, I hope this content's been useful for you today. If you haven't already, bang the like button for me. This is a really good way for us to get the YouTube and social media algorithms to spread our message to more and more people, which is really what we want. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because constantly putting up really good content like this and the other videos that you can search for on our channel. If you know a friend who's in between jobs, got a job, owns their own business, we're creating this content for everybody. So I have a general sales background as well as a background in aviation. I used to be a pilot, many other industries I've worked in, and I've made a conglomerate of knowledge based off all of this with my business counterparts, and we're putting together amazing content for you daily. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this again, and I'll see you next time.